Okay, so I've worked on the paper mill area. What I've done is taken the wood foundation out, and now I've put down foam board. This is half-inch thick foam board with, can't see underneath, but there's half-inch thick wood 1x2s as a framework. So essentially here, this first track right here is the entrance from the yard. Second track is the main line. This here is the paper mill departure track, and this one here is the arrival track. And if you go down here, going along the main line right here, there's a double crossover which will allow you to enter into the paper mill, and that main line goes all the way down and around the corner and extends to the end of this door right now. I will go a little further with that. But back here at that main entrance after the double switch, you have one switch will go back, turn it to two tracks, and that's for any of the pulpwood cars that come in. And then the second turnout here goes back to a turnout, and that's 2 lanes for wood chip cars. And there's a third turnout which comes back into 2 tracks for the dry chemicals coming in, and that's the boiler building for the dry chemicals. This area here is going to be all chemical tanks, processing, etc., and that will be connected from this building. I'll have not scaffolding, but catwalks and stuff like that to go across. That'll probably stay in the background, and then there'll be continuation of connections to this building, which is the craft building, which has additional chemical cars coming to it. Those are the liquid chemicals and gases. That is also turned out to another building which also processes chemicals. And all the items, all the wood chips and pulpwood and everything, will get transferred throughout each building, and I will eventually show a progression from, there'll be wood chip piles and pulpwood piles and stuff like that, and then along here will be factory workers and stuff like that, and eventually it will end up in the main warehouse, which those 4 bay doors there will have all trucks. There'll be a whole parking lot where this tripod is now. I'll have crossings, more parking lots over this way, a guard gate, things like that. And eventually I will fence off the area as well from the mainline entrance about there. Probably right here will be the fence, and it'll go back this way to mark off the property line. And if you were to drive in, I'll have crossings somewhere, probably right about here. And this track here is the end of the chemical plant area, which is going to take up this section right here. That comes around and goes to the siding over here going towards the lumber yard. And this is the end of the paper mill track. Goes back here. I'm going to continue that on past here and down that way, so that you'll be able to maneuver the cars out from the warehouse out this way, and then back up along the track all the way back to the other end of the paper mill to the departure area. And that's the latest update. It's all foam now, so I can do a little better scenery over here like I did with the lumber yard. The wood was actually curling up, which was turning into a problem because of the way the piping is in here. As you can see, here's one of the boards that's all warped, and the second board is there, that's all warped as well. So replacing it with the foam is a much better way of going, just like the lumber mill has not warped at all since I've been using the foam board. And that's it. And eventually, sometime later this month, I have an electrician coming in to do a panel on this side of the room, changing that panel over to this side, so that means I have to take this whole section down, and then once he's done doing that, I'm going to redo this whole shelving area, having the foam board as the top layer again. And then eventually I've got to work on the whole yard here. I'm going to swap that over so the foam is the top layer as well, going the whole length of the yard. And that's the update.